Welcome to Sports Talk with DeAndre Branch. On today's show, I'll be talking about all the big news and headlines that happened last week during Week 15 in the NFL. Indianapolis Colts starting quarterback Andrew Luck may need a second surgery. The Colts quarterback has spent the last month and year receiving treatment on his surgically repaired throwing shoulder after being placed on injured reserve on November 2nd. He's missed 26 of the Colts' last 48 games dating back to 2015. His throwing regimen will determine if he has to receive a corrective surgery in January to repair his biceps tendon. If he experiences pain as he throws, he'll have to set the same exact surgery he had in October. Star wide receiver Antonio Brown led the Steelers' 27-24 loss to the Patriots in the second quarter after injuring his leg while in the end zone. He was diagnosed with a large contusion to his lower leg that will sideline him for the Steelers' Christmas Day game against the Texans. He's expected to be back for the Steelers' first playoff game. If the Steelers can keep the first or second seed spot in the playoffs, that'll be a huge help for Brown because they have to have a first-round bye so he can rest. Before the injury, he was still able to reach the 100-catch plateau for the fifth straight season. He's the first player in NFL history with 100 catches in 5 straight seasons. Brown leads the NFL with 101 receptions, 1,533 receiving yards, and 109.5 receiving yards per game. The Bengals and longtime coach Marvin Lewis have agreed to end his coaching run after the 2017 season. Lewis has been the coach of the Bengals for 15 seasons. He potentially wants to move into a front office job, possibly with Cincinnati or with another NFL team. He said besides being a head coach, being a GM has always been a dream job of his. Since getting the job in 2003, the Bengals have 7 playoff appearances but have not won one playoff game. The Bengals' 26 seasons without a playoff win is the longest active drought in the NFL and the 6th longest in NFL history. On Sunday, it looked like the Steelers had came back from behind to beat the Patriots, but they were sadly mistaken. This was one of the weirdest endings to a football game that I have ever seen in my life. The NFL needs to really look into elaborating better on the rules of what a catch is, because no one right now at this point know what a catch is. Steelers tight end Jesse James caught what looked like to be the game-winning touchdown against the Patriots. As James hit the ground, he lost control of the ball after he crossed the plane of the goal line. The play was initially ruled a touchdown, but the booth reviewed and they called it an incomplete play. It proved to be costly for the Steelers because 2 plays later, Ben Roethlisberger threw a game-winning interception in the end zone. Roethlisberger was criticized heavily for the play call because the Steelers only needed a field goal to tie the game, and they could have sent the game into overtime. He should have just thrown the ball out the end zone where no one could catch it, and the field goal would have sent the game into overtime. The Patriots just seem to be the luckiest team on earth. I don't know what it is. They catch the most breaks in NFL history. It's just unexplainable. Jerry Richardson is putting the Panthers up for sale. Jerry Richardson announced his intention to sell the team in a letter on Sunday after the Panthers beat the Packers. Jerry Richardson is under investigation for allegations of workplace misconduct, so that has led to him to sell the team after the season is over. Tina Becker has been named the Chief Operating Officer. She has worked with the team for 20 years and now will have full control over the team's day-to-day operations. Hip-hop mogul Diddy and former 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick wants to buy the team. Diddy announced his intentions to pursue the Panthers on Twitter and Instagram shortly after the news came out that Jerry Richardson was selling the team. During Diddy's Instagram video, he said he wants to sign Kaepernick, but Kaepernick had different plans. He wants to be a part of Diddy's investment group to buy the Panthers. He already is trying to help him line up investors to join them in this process. If Diddy and Kaepernick can buy the team, they'll become the only black owners in the NFL. Yahoo Sports projected that the cost of Richardson 48% at $1.2 billion, which is more than Diddy is worth according to Forbes. 2-time NBA MVP Steph Curry also wants to help Diddy and Kaepernick. Jaguars' young quarterback Blake Bortles is balling. The Jaguars are currently on a 3-game winning streak, and they hold a 2-game lead over the Titans in the AFC South for first place. Blake Bortles is a big reason why. Throughout his career, he's been very inconsistent and turnover prone. But this season, he's been a great game manager, and he isn't making mistakes that can hurt the team. The Jaguars have one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best, and one of the best running games. So they don't need Bortles to be a superstar. They just need him not to make mistakes. If Bortles can keep playing like this, it gives the team a great shot of being a tough team to beat in the playoffs. He really looks similar to Denver's team that won the Super Bowl a few years ago. Aaron Rodgers returned to football action in Week 15 against the Panthers after missing the last 7 games with a broken collarbone. The Panthers ended up beating the Packers 31-24. Aaron Rodgers threw 3 touchdowns, but he also threw 3 interceptions. The loss dropped the team record to 7-7, and the Falcons' win on Monday ended the Packers' small playoff chances. After officially being eliminated from playoff contention on Monday, the Packers have chosen to sit Aaron Rodgers out for the last 2 games of the season. The team announced that they signed Joe Callahan, who's also a quarterback, and was on the practice squad earlier in the season. Bills running back LaShawn McCoy reached the 10,000 yards rushing in his career plateau. McCoy became the 30th player in NFL history to eclipse the 10,000 yard rushing mark with a 14-yard run in the second quarter against the Dolphins. He finished the game with 10,011 career yards and is now 29th all time after passing Ricky Williams, who had 10,009 yards rushing. In 3 seasons with the Bills, McCoy has an NFL best 3,219 yards rushing. He has 1,057 yards rushing this season, and he has reached the 1,000-yard plateau for the 6th time in his career. This was a great accomplishment to one of the generation's best running backs. He's a sure first ballot Hall of Famer. Jimmy Garoppolo is 3-0 in his first 3 starts for the San Francisco 49ers. All 3 of the wins have required comeback wins. On Sunday, he led the 49ers to a 48-yard drive with 1:07 left that ended on a game-winning field goal from Robbie Gould. He's showing he learned that clutch gene while being Tom Brady's backup in New England. It looks like the 49ers have their quarterback of the future. A referee uses a folded piece of paper to call first down on 4th down during the Cowboys and Raiders game on Sunday night. This is by far the most controversial referee decision I've ever seen in my life. On Sunday night, the Cowboys earned a first down on a crucial 4th and inches in the 4th quarter because the referee measured the first down and used a folded piece of paper to measure it. The controversial play occurred during the Cowboys' game-winning drive against the Raiders. There was 5 minutes left in the game, and the Cowboys went for it on 4th and inches on their own 39-yard line. Both teams needed to win this game to keep their small playoff hopes alive. The Cowboys ran the quarterback sneak with Dak Prescott, who picked up the first down. Well, at least according to the referee. The camera actually showed that Dak was short on the first down. The referee stared at the measurement for a long time. He wasn't able to determine if the nose of the football reached the first down marker. So he took a piece of paper and he slid it between the first down marker and the nose of the football. Somehow, despite all of the technology that has taken over sports, he decided that Dak got the first down by using a folded piece of paper. Raiders quarterback Derek Carr almost wins the game with a rushing touchdown, but gets a touchback and loses the game against the Cowboys. Derek Carr almost won the game for the Raiders, but he reached for a touchdown in the end zone and lost the ball for what would be called a touchback because the ball went out of the end zone. He already had gotten the first down on the run. It would have been 30 seconds left in the game with the Raiders having 1st and goal with a chance to win the game or tie the game to send it into overtime. That costly mistake gave the Cowboys the ball, and they downed it to end the game. The loss ended the Raiders' slim playoff chances as well. Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott returns to action after missing 6 weeks because of a suspension from the NFL. The Cowboys struggled at first without Zeke, but they have now won their last 3 games, and now Zeke returns to the team. The team is in great position to make it to the playoffs, but they must win out, and they need help from other teams to beat the Falcons. Elliott spent his suspension training in Mexico, so he's still in good shape. He actually has slimmed down as well. The Cowboys are such a different team when Zeke plays. They are 18-6 with him in the backfield and 9-2 when he rushes for 100 yards or more. Jeff Fisher has announced that he wants to return to head coaching. First things first, this man don't deserve another head coaching job. He's one of the most overrated coaches in NFL history, possibly in all sports. He's hoping to coach the Browns, the Bears, or the Colts. He doesn't want to end his coaching career on a bad note because of the way he got fired out of the Rams coaching job last season. This concludes my show today. I really hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you hit some likes and some comments down below to let me know what y'all thought about the video. If you're a new viewer, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell beside it so you get my newest content as soon as I drop videos. Be out.